So far we have looked at vertex form and factored form. If you remember all the way back to Monday with our vocab, there's a third form of a quadratic called standard form. So I want you to understand the relationship between vertex or factored form and standard form. So today we're not going to graph, we're just going to convert or change our factored form or vertex form into standard form. So our first step is to distribute. So standard form is when there are no parentheses at all in the equation. In general, standard form, if you remember, is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are numbers and your x and y are variables. So our first example here, we've got the quantity x minus 7 times the quantity x plus 2, so we're going to use distributive property. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. And then we just combine like terms. So we have y equals x squared. 2x minus 7x is negative 5x minus 14. So our a value, the coefficient of our x, is 1. B value is negative 5, coefficient of x. And our c value is negative 14, our constant. We'll look at one more factored form because it's the easier of the two, and then we'll spend a little more time converting vertex form. So again, first process is to distribute. Now here you have a couple of choices. We have to distribute twice because we've got a lead coefficient here. So I can either distribute my two binomials and then multiply by 2, or I can multiply my 2 into one of the binomials, not both of them, just one of them, and then multiply my binomials together. You can multiply in any order, so it doesn't matter what you choose to do first. I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 2 just because there will be less to keep track of, I think, if we do that first. So I'm going to distribute my 2 into my first set of parentheses. Again, not both sets, just one. You can do one or the other, not both. So we have 2x plus 8 times 3 minus x. And then I'm going to distribute again. So now we've got 2x times 3 is 6x. 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. 8 times 3 is 24. And 8 times negative x is negative 8x. When we combine our like terms to put it in standard form, we start with the term with the highest power first. So our highest power is 2, so I'm going to start with my negative 2x squared. Don't lose that that's a negative coefficient. I'm going to combine my 6x and negative 8x to give me a negative 2x. And plus 24 has no like terms. So again, to make sure this is in standard form, you have to have your squared term first, then your x term, and then your constant. Make sure it's organized in order.